This generation is the last free generation.
People don't understand how the internet works. They don't understand telephone networks either.
And I asked them at the evening, so what's the fuck is the secrecy about? And they told me, well, it's about slowing down processes in order to better control them.
Like, it's not about technology, it is about control. There was a guy named Charlie there, Charlie from the CIA, and he was explaining, that if you want to come and join the CIA, that this is a great opportunity to work in the real world, and the Spa War people were there, and Microsoft was there recruiting.
If you look at the internet from a perspective of people in power, then the last 20 years have been frightening to this. They see the internet like an illness, okay? An illness that affects their ability to define reality, to define what's going on in the news, to define what the people know, what is going on, and their ability to interact with it. So if you look at, let's say, Saudi Arabia, a country like that, where by some historical accident religious leaders and people owning majority of the country are the same, so their interest of change is like in the zeros, like 0 to -5 maybe. And when they look at this, they look at it like an illness, and they ask their consultant, said, do you have some medicine against this thing out there? We need to be immune if this thing affects our country, if this internet thingy comes. And so the answer is surveillance, is mass surveillance, is, okay, we need to control it totally. We need to filter, we need to know everything what they do. So they get, and that's what has happened the last 20 years. There was a massive investment in surveillance because people in power feared that it would affect their way of governance.
I think it's pretty clear that censorship is a byproduct of surveillance, generally speaking, whether it's self-censorship or actually technical censorship. And I think the important way to convey this to regular people is to do it non-technically. If we, for example, built roads the way that we built, the internet in modern days with regard to telecommunications, every road would have to have surveillance cameras and microphones as basically that no one except the police could access, or someone who has pretended to be the police successfully.
We're getting there, Jake.
Yeah, right.
In this country.
Yeah, and so I mean that though I think is interesting, because when you build a road, it is not a requirement that every inch can be monitored with perfect surveillance that is only available to a secret group of people. And I think explaining to everyday people that is the way that we're building roads on the internet, and then requiring people to use those roads, that's something that I think regular people can connect with when they realize that they won't always have, the builders of the roads will not always be the ones in control. It's not about technology, it is about control, and control through surveillance.
This generation is the last free generation. You were born, and either immediately or within, say, a year, you're known globally. Your identity in one form or another, coming as a result of your idiotic parents plastering your name and photos over Facebook, or as a result of insurance applications or passport applications, transport on airlines, etc. You are known to all the world's major powers, all the world's major state powers, and all the world's major commercial powers. That's a very different situation for individuals to be in than they have previously been in. That a small child now, in some sense, has to negotiate its relationship with all the world's major powers. Of course, in practice, it can't do anything. Its parents are not managing that negotiation. But it puts us in I think, a very different position in the sense that very few, in fact, maybe only a few people in this audience, very technically capable people, are able to able to live apart, to choose to live apart, to choose to go their own way. They must be part of not only the state, but the major state-like corporations, so powerful they may as well be states, and not just their own state, but other states as well. That's a significant change, cultural change for humanity.